up their strength in their people. When you appreciate your history, you will do something good for your own people. If you don't know history, you feel like you are not nobody. Tanpa sejarah kita tidak tahu siapa kita, dari mana kita datang dan mengapa kita berada di sini. Dan tidak di tempat lain. Apabila kita tidak tahu dari mana kita datang, maka susah bagi kita menuju ke arah tujuan kita. Tempat kita pun tidak tahu, so buat ini. So kita kena before tentang ini. Semuanya ada arah tujuan. That's all for today. Very simple. Purple rose, not yellow roses. Purple rose. Okay, very simple kita.
Boleh tanya?
Oh, tak kena itu. Oh,
I think this is more comment dan sedikit soalan.
okay.
One thing that I realized that in this region, in Malay regions, we are not familiar with documenting things. That's our problem lah. That's our I think so-called mistakes lah. The issues. One day we have a discourse at UTM when I'm still a master student, 2003. Professor Ding Chong from Atma UKM was coming to give me lectures, and one thing that he said, he speak a very good Malay, even though he is Chinese. What he says that documentation is very important. We in this region, we are not concerned with the documentations. Maybe some historians say that it might because of we documenting in the wood or not in the proper ways. But the other historians say we are not documenting not as much as other civilizations. For example, when I do a research on the mosque, the oldest mosque in Malaysia, what claims to be is Masjid Kampung Laut in Kelantan. But when we refer to the documented or recorded document that we have, actually the mosque is considered older than Masjid Demak in Indonesia. But Masjid Demak had more documentation compared to Masjid Kampung Laut. So that's why we cannot claim in the sense that there are no evidence. So we are lacking of evidence. And it happens until now. If we take that as a lesson and we go until now, if we looking at the architectural documentation, for example, if you in 2006 there's a thesis at UTM. Kamaro, the lecturers at the UTMs now. He was doing a master's thesis on the development of writings in architecture in Malaysia. So he do a survey from the independence of Malaysia until 2004. So he only can conclude there are 66 books for the rest for how many years. So it is very lacking, and he only can count like 300 to 400 articles in newspapers. So I just wanted to smart his opinions. Referring to the histories, if you compare to let's say China, that's why most of our evidence come from China, because China they document lots of things. Even the emperor's menu that day they have the documentation on that. I've seen that in some museum in China. So they have very thorough documentations. So just asking for the smart is, if we referring to our histories when we are not, I'm referring to one of the historian opinion, we are not documenting very good at the past. Now we don't have anything. So a lot of documentation actually we refer to Leiden, we refer to other parts of the world so that we can have it. But our own self we don't have. In the modern times like we have now, we also have very lacking on that documentations. So just asking for the Sumat's opinion. In the future, are we going to be like this until forever or what? Because I didn't see many attempts or any approach to document our knowledge. So like for example, if we looking at the architecture, Islamic architecture, 80% of the book was contributed by Halim Nasir, which was not gone through any architectural course at all. So he was documenting as a historian. But where is the architect itself when we talk about documentation? So if we are not moving forward, that's my opinion. So we might have the same Let's go to 2060. We talk in this forum. We don't have any documentation. We never thought about it. So I don't know. What is your opinion on how actually to improve so that we don't have the same experience as our ancestors before?
Okay, sad to say that, because not just in, especially in Malaysia, maybe Indonesia also having the same problem. Because not to say that we are not documenting, maybe some in all our own. One thing is our country has been ruled. Maybe after one empire was demolished, and then all the things are gone. Maybe because we don't have a very long empire. Another thing, this is good. This is a time. We can't wait anymore. We must have our students. This is a time when the young generation should inculcate on how to get the thing. The thing is, might not be in our country. It might be in China, because when we have the networking with China, they must have the history. So you must read their own. You must understand their language. Meaning that when you refer to their document, you might find something about Melayu, about Malaysia, or about Jawa in their document, not our document. Because our document already missing, we cannot do anything. But we can't trace anymore. We're not having a treasure or under the sea or in a cave or whatever. But we have to trace from other country like China. Maybe we have trace all the document from Thailand. So we must know their language. This is the other second important thing, that for those who like to make the reference, they must know the language. They must know the other people budaya. So you can go into their manuscript, because most of the manuscript in the past was written in Jawi. If the now young generation don't read Jawi, let alone to read all document. That's why it's good if you know Arabic. Maybe there are some document in Arabic, because you already have the networking with Osmania. Maybe it's not in Turkey. The document, it might be somewhere in European country, because we know that most of the European country always take all these documents. Whenever they conquer the country, they will bring all the things, the goods about that country, they will bring back to their museum. So the most important thing is, for those who like to study about the history, they must be versed with the language, one thing. Of course, you cannot just refer to the local writing. It will be limited. Like only Halim Nasir might not be very concrete evidence. So you have to explore from. Maybe you have to go to Cambodia to find all these other reporting, or in China, especially during other dynasty that ever come to Malaysia at that time. Melayu lah, at that time it was Tanah Melayu. Maybe they have the document. Even in Portuguese, they have the document. I believe they have the document, but only important document that they kept. The rest has been told that has been signed. Could be true, but we don't know. No? Even the British, they might take some good thing from Malaysia, Melayu, Tanah Melayu. India might not be, but the British bring that document to India. So we must have a good trace lah. Now we have satellite. If there is tangible, we can trace. This is books. We don't know, books or maybe some document is not easy to trace, but it will take some time. However, to start with that, even sometime, you must start now lah. If you don't start, like you said, that if this one not been documented, people forget about this. They don't have any direction where to go after this. If we can start, yes, we have to start maybe not 5, 10 years or maybe 20 years, but we have to start now. But we must have somebody that or a body that really look into it, because we also have done the ecology in Batu Alam, Sungai Batu. Now they have done the ecology things in Sungai Batu, even in Lenggong. And now we have, from that trace, we have to go further and further. Tak boleh just tunggu kat situ je. Meaning that we have to keep on finding all the evidence. It's not easy to answer, because if we really have the interest in this, we will go ahead, because sometimes we are looking for the grant. And if we don't have funding, we cannot move. If we have funding, we can move. Because for us, mungkin for our government lah, Malaysia, we are not that. For the European country, is part of some of the interest. That's why they keep putting the funding. So they can, if they can go to other country to fund other people, other country punya history. Because surviving is the most important thing. If you ask Malaysia to do that, we are looking for other important things rather than looking back to our history. I think that's I don't know, it is like chicken and egg lah. If you want to go, you can go all out. If you don't want to go, this is what happened. Just half-hearted work.
Sorry, just different, I guess, adding. I just read about this when you mentioned documenting. It's interesting that I was reading about Islamic architecture and how they actually learned about Islamic architecture, or when they referred to Islamic architecture, they got to know about it from because in Islam, when we want to document things, you're not encouraged to have like figurines, or everything is written. So in a way, it's documenting. I don't know if this relates or not, but I think the importance of documenting for now and the future is very important. So
I was referring to our current knowledge, because most
Yeah,
of the time we are
yeah.
academician, our own trade, our highest treasure is our knowledge.
yes,
And some what I experience in Indonesia, also in Malaysia, is that most of the academician or professor, they don't really document their knowledge. I mean, whether you write in the books or you documenting in your students. So that's how we so when the person is died, what are you left for your future? So
Yes.
if person like Zakir Naik die, so you are losing the whole set of knowledge. That's why in Islam, the way how Allah take out the kiamat is they taking out the knowledge. Because the knowledge is not by destroying the knowledge, it's killing the ulama, the person who know the knowledge. Ulama is apa? Dia ada ilmu. So itu yang I think we should have. I mean, it's not about it's not about you riak ke apa, but it's the knowledge yang you ada tu. You tak boleh simpan dengan kepala tu. That's what based on my experience lah. So kalau if we are not managing or documenting our knowledge and distributing to the people, and the knowledge was dying with us, and I think we are losing most of things lah. That's why first thing when I looking at Zakir Naik, he has lots of students. He must have lots of students. He should have lots of students. So at least the knowledge can pass to another generations. So that's why my comment is lah. So it's really sad that we don't have that. So that's why I talk to most of the students. You will be a professor in the future. You become a lecturer in the future. Please appreciate your knowledge and document it wisely and carefully. Whether you write in the books, or you write in the journals, or you write journals mean you record it nicely, and or you document it with your students. So that your students have that knowledge, so that it will pass through the generations. Kita bukan hanya guru silat kan? Guru silat they don't teach all the knowledge because they are afraid the student will kalahkan dia kan? So we as Muslim, we should have our student better than us. That's why we have to deliver our knowledge to the past generation. That was my opinion, sir.
That's why documentation is part of UNESCO requirement kan. They will look into your documentation. If your documentation can prove, then of course there's some of their regulations. So the most important thing is documentation. As I said, now with the new age, we can document that. We can keep the documentation in so many forms, not just hard copy, soft copy, and where we want to learn, we have to keep thinking on how we want to keep. Now, it's not just keeping, even how to trace back pun kita tak tahu cara dah sekarang, kat mana. So, dari mana kita nak bermula? Itu yang kata kena mencari, sebab kita tak ada not even 10%. So, we have to start digging out lah, not digging out tanah, maksudnya mencari lah. So, we need people yang macam kamu semua lah, like you all to go. That's why we are giving the topic, specific topic for your thesis. So at least you can little bit, betul, the next people pun akan sambung lagi, they can proceed dengan knowledge yang you dah buat. Itu yang kita nak start. Kalau tak start, tak akan bermula. Daripada you buat tak cukup, kita tambah lagi. Of course, when we talk about knowledge, actually knowledge tu dah ada lama, cuma kita tengah mencari. Knowledge is already there, it's not the new finding. Allah dah bagi dah semua knowledge, cuma kita tak pernah jumpa knowledge tu. So for us, kita kata new finding, actually it's already there because kita yang lost the knowledge. So now we are looking, cari balik lah. Memang sayang bila I baca sejarah kan, rasa nak menangis because one thing we never been nurture this appreciation of history lah, as Tuan said, cerita legend-legend je. Jadi legend, masa tu I pun tak terima sebab legend. I pun tak boleh tengok. Bila dah in academic, bila kita dah belajar, kita nak benda yang ada fact. Bila fact baru kita percaya. Cerita sang gedempa, cerita masuk Rila, cerita tujuh batu, is dongeng, kan? Kalau dia tak suka history sebenarnya tau. Tapi bila dah ada fact, baru kita sayang. Kita orang yang boleh berfikir, so dia nak minat facts kan. So you all lah the young generation yang akan meneruskan kami punya wawasan. Kami bermula bertapak je ni, baru nak cari ground. Okay, thank you for listening. Even you just overnight preparation.
Okay, I rasa macam sedih juga kan. Because we have certain kind of history, tapi the way we glorify history pun something yang skeptical, and then we never glorify our own history. Okay, satu factor. Then history there are two things. One is the context of the achievements in terms of the infrastructure. Kalau kita tengok, tanah Melayu ni actually a kind of civilization. Sudah mana berlaku di tamadun-tamadun di Eropah dan sebagainya. Dia sebenarnya connected. Wujudnya empire Rome. Okay. Osmania dan sebagainya. Same time, wujudnya empire Melayu. Okay. Tapi sebagaimana yang kita tahu, empire Melayu ni dia sebenarnya dilingkupi oleh Pulau Melayu, bukan hanya setakat Semenanjung Melayu. That's why talking about Semenanjung Mas, part the whole archipelago. Okay, and then it consists two things. Satu dari segi peninggalan sejarah. Another one is peninggalan ilmu. And Dr. Nam mentioned not be documented. And ada didokumentkan melalui kitab-kitab lama, tapi telah dirampas oleh British dan Portugis yang sekarang berada di Hill. They have a few researcher daripada dewasa dan sebagainya. Di Higgs, you can see the miracles documentation, manuscript from Tibetan, even some of the drawing. Tapi tak ada apa. That's why we need a proper archival. Kita archival essentially is getting lost. Even akhir negara dan sebagainya, tidak ada satu penyimpanan yang komplit tentang kita punya sejarah. Itu cerita sejarah. Okay? And then itulah Melayu ni and things. And now we are placing into the contemporary situations. Bagaimana kehebatan Melayu ni kita placing dalam contemporary punya life hari ini, di mana sekarang kita sibuk dengan WhatsApp dan sebagainya. Ini kalian nak tahu, dealing with Facebook, all this kind of thing. Okay. They have two kind of strategy that we can highlight dalam this thing. We need a certain kind of portal that the champions, maybe all of you can create all this kind of study. They can create a portal to champions our warisan. It's not just matter of warisan in the sense that you glorify the heritage, but champion it in putting into context. Hari ini yang lepas tu kita tak boleh kata apa. Sebab yang lepas tu yang jahanam tu pun orang itu juga. We actually many of backstabbers. Okay? For example, that Franz Sutherland came over here. He never speak English. He speak good Malay with a very fine Malay language that is stated by our minister, mengatakan bahawa bahasa Melayu adalah bahasa yang paling halus di dunia. We have to find that. Sebab apa? Kekuatan Melayu di sendiri, dia satu kekuatan berbanding kekuatan Melayu. Where sebenarnya tentang Melayu dan sebagainya, especially Kedah, seksi 4 siap. Dan Kedah adalah importer kepada keseluruhan Langkah Sukar, okay, yang dibina oleh kerajaan yang bukan menurut Mahasiswa. Okay. Siam dan Siam sebenarnya relate dengan kerajaan Islam. Nama Siam itu adalah nama kerajaan Islam. After Buddhist conquer to got to protect it. This is the thing that we have to know. This is why nama Siam tak ada, tapi dalam betul Siam. Dan melindungi dalam kita Semenanjung tadi. Kan? Okay, jadi Semenanjung ni tadi, I mean our peninsula, okay, been apa lama ni berlakunya migration dan sebagainya from China. Kan? Because very strategic, because that's why we call it the Golden Peninsula. Tapi that Golden Peninsula is not being established anymore. Kan? Even if you look at the pirate of the Caribbean, actually derived from this Golden Peninsula. Malaysia tahu kita tu. Kan? They derive that story from our region. Okay? And then create all the metals and so on, blah, 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 blah. And then, okay, before the Malay, ada satu kerajaan besar, kan? That relates to talking about Angkor Wat and Borobudur. They have a certain kind of very big empire at that time. Yang kita tu tahu. Because nobody tried to research this thing. Okay, when we mapping sejarah Melayu, we nak mapping Semenanjung Melayu ataupun Malaysia. When we mapping sejarah Melayu, we have to mapping the Malay Pulau, including Philippines and so on. Okay, because it becoming the strategic area from the west to the east. They cross Laut Cina Selatan dan seterusnya ke Selat Melaka. And Selat Melaka is becoming a dominant strait in the world at the time, where the India, the Arabics, and everything like that came over here. Macam kota lah, kota di apa ni? Kampung kota di Perak. Okay, kampung kota di Perak itu actually built up by the Hindu punya civilization. Namanya kerajaan Gangga. Itu yang tinggal tu lah dia tinggalnya. Tapi if you mana yang siapa yang jadi Indiana Jones dan sebagainya sebagai koloni dan sebagainya, that kota built up from the what? From the kulit kerang, seashell. Simen itu dan sebagainya di kulit kerang. Dan memang kalau kita tengok tapak tu mesti ada. Itu yang kita tengok tu dah apa ni? The setting of museum negara di negeri itu. Mapping tadi. Our researcher from all our scholar pun agakkan buku Halim Nasir. Halim Nasir ini siapa? Dia SPM je. Kerja kerani di Museum Negara. Cuma dia effort. And all the professor in Malaysia refer ke Halim Nasir. Faham? See, this is the thing. Like now say, the documentation is very poor. Until now, not the history.
I think in terms of sorry, jumping into.
Okay.
Sorry. I think in terms of conveying it to the general public in the sense that the youth approaching this knowledge is the most precious. I think. How do you convey the message, the things that you know, to the general public, so that you raise awareness. So one way is through movies, like we've seen, like with Scotland with their what do you call it, the
Braveheart.
sorry,
Braveheart.
yes, Braveheart. So in a way, you get the attraction, you get the attention of the youngsters in a way, raise the awareness, and they become, they want to learn about history. Sorry.
Okay, that's one thing lah.
I know this is just something that I
And they have a movie called Langkah Suka, production by Television.
yes, but now we're so concentrated and on these like cerita hantu, suami encik sotong, whatever stories. It's so ridiculous.
No, they're making for my money. That's why we have to understand. They're not very serious. Now we need serious kind of
Suami encik sotong.
but duit tu macam kan. Even Piramli buat kan. Piramli buat at least ada register dia kan. And then Piramli is not, dia tahu Melayu, dia orang Aceh datang ke sini kan. Dia tak pelakon-pelakon pada waktu tu kan. Bukannya Namadia, Piramli, dia nak Zara Agus, dia nak Malaysia. Dia orang daripada sana Aceh lah, Sumatera semua datang ke sini dalam bayang. And then kalau kita tengok kan, even kita punya Merung Mawangsa film, that film is not well researched, fail. Okay, and then they have one film from the Thailand production, Langkah Suka. Kita tengok tidak kan? Okay, Langkah Suka, they try to apa orang kata topple our history. Di mana dia ada menyebut dalam itu dari Pahang, Perak dan sebagainya. Okay. Jadi sekarang ni, I mean, one way yang kita nak highlight balik, ini because Sumani paper ni is talking about to verify balik. Macam kita buat, macam TV3 buat jejak rasul lah.
Dia orang buat jejak warisan actually.
Jadi orang boleh lah buat jejak sejarah Melayu.
Jejak warisan Melayu.
Tapi in a proper way. Kalau ada geran sebagainya pergi ke Hague non, that's the documentation, Smithsonian semua terlepas sana. Kan? Kita punya langsung pun tak ada. Kan? Pergi akhir dan sebagainya, akhir negara pun kita tengok akhir negara apa dia disimpan. Okay? Even, I mean, it's not only that, in terms of costume, kan? Weapon dan sebagainya, kan? You tak tahu lagi cerita kering macam mana. Kenapa dia berkok?
The crystal weapon,
Dia lain.
is his status.
And then that's why dia punya design tu macam-macam dan nama-nama berbeza-beza.
Pergi kat situ lah kita tengok kan.
Itu pun tak banyak tu, kan? You pergi ke Museum Negara, dia orang ada very good collection tapi tak pernah dipamerkan. Saya tanya geng-geng di museum mana semula jadi, dia orang dah lupa dah kat mana dia simpan.
Apa kat Jena Store?
That's it, I mean that's the problem.
Take up
Ah.
the store. Saya kena tengok.
I mean the good thing lah, kalau dia tengok kan. Tapi masalahnya sebenarnya kita kita rasa memanglah hebat kan. Tapi hebat dia tak boleh cerita lagi dah. Benda dah lepas. Yang tinggal sejarah. The only way, okay, semuanya ada certain kind of intention to remapping balik. That is something good. Kan? So you remapping balik, at least kita dapat dokumentari kan. Not dokumentari kan. Supaya dapat disalurkan 13 siri dekat TV3. This is serious because my friend kat Al Hijrah, they looking at this kind of thing. Tapi kena lagi dahsyat lah. Dia kena jadi macam National Geographic.
Kalau ada funding tu, kalau National Geographic, National Rescue Hadiran Wing, kita boleh support bersama. Kita mungkin daripada segi all the material, all the dari segi references, dan the study kan. Dan dia will do all the okay juga kalau dia.
Itu sebabnya katakan beratnya kan. I mean, looking forward, the significant is to create awareness to the next generation by the history. Kan? Maknanya ada similarity. Ada satu dulu dia orang buat lama ni siapakah Zulkarnain. That is documented from the UIA punya researcher dia buat PhD on Zulkarnain. Sebab apa ambil satu caption daripada Quran yang mengatakan Iskandar Zulkarnain itu sebenarnya siapa, Nabi ke apa ke semua kan. Jadi dia collaborate dengan Astro Awani and then they have some documentation. And to me, okay, dia bukan menceritakan kebenaran, tapi dia menceritakan tentang persoalan. Okey, jadi sekarang ni kita dah ada tapak, okey. Orang Melayu ni hebat, dahsyat macam mana dia sampai ke naik bulan ke bulan, 2 bulan, 2 bulan. Tak apalah langgap kan. Tapi sekarang ni siapa yang peduli? Hari tu dia menteri pun tak peduli. Dia nak cerita ke siapa kan? Okey, macam mention akan naik, dia dah create strategi dia, anak-anak dia, cucu-cucu dia besok semua kan, dia dah create sekarang ni. Dia ada modal sebab dia tahu satu hari esok mungkin